there's no such thing as free lunch. You can't hand out free money. You can't hand out 0% loans and expect no one to pay for it. Someone pays for everything. And the way to fight inflation is not necessarily more inflation, right?
Well, it's like I see these programs. They're like, hey, we want to help first-time home buyers, and so we're going to give them $25,000 for the down payment.
Right.
But you're like, okay, so every home price is going to go up $25,000.
Exactly. That's it. That's how it goes. The cost is always passed down. It's never just someone says, yeah, they go to my heart, I'm giving you this money, and it's not going to have an impact.
So you and your team have been very bullish on stocks throughout this year. You have been calling for S&P 6,000, and you have largely been right. How much of that is just like higher inflation environment, stocks go up versus like analyzing earnings or specific companies in the S&P? Like kind of walk us through your thesis as to why you've been such a bull in stocks.
So one of the first things, so our investment strategy that we try and kind of, provide for our clients and our people that read our work is to always kind of get ahead of the trend through two key variables. One is the fundamental side of things, and two is the technical side of things. When I first started the Kobesio ladder, it was around 10 years ago. Technical analysis was viewed as like some witchcraft. Like if you were putting lines on a chart, everyone's like, what are you doing?
Astrology for men.
Exactly. But then I realized that market volume became increasingly automated. Actually, more than half of all trades in the market today are placed by an algorithm. And a lot of those algorithms were trading off these technical levels. So in a way, technical analysis, it's power in numbers, right? More people that follow a certain level, the more strength that level will have. So one thing that we noticed going into 2024 was we were in a textbook technical uptrend starting from that October 27th, I believe, of 2023 is when the market bottomed. And everyone was calling for, it's a dead cat bounce and S&P is going to 2000 or whatever. You name it, it was going to it. But I said, you know what? I like this technical setup, and I think if you get ahead of a trend right now in a market that has a lot of money on the sidelines, a lot of people looking for bargains, and especially the tech sector was down massive. I mean, Nvidia was down like 70% at that time. Just think about that for a second. And Meta was trading like $80 back then. I was like, these stocks are bargains. I mean, at some point, there's too much fear. There's too much fear in the market. So that was one. Two, there was this whole notion that we're going to an election year, and I've literally been screaming this on Twitter and on every show I go on. Election years are good for the stock market. People don't realize this.